YouTube, back again with another update. First off, before I get to anything I've done, I just want to say a thank you to everyone who subscribed to me. I didn't think I'd have this many people, and I'm 28, I believe it is now, 27, 28, so I'm starting to come up on 50, and that's huge for me. So, but it's also big because the town I am, just this area of the state that I'm in, for about a 2-hour radius outside of me if you're driving, people just aren't into this. And there's no active rail lines, so there isn't really anything to increase it. All the rail lines left around here are just roadbed that's been abandoned and grown over and everything. And the last train was in the 80s, so just, thank you for subscribing. It just really means a lot to me to have a bunch of people who are into this hobby and active and watch my videos and hopefully comment. I love to see your guys' work. I hope you enjoy mine. I appreciate you listening through my rambling and my journal dorkiness and random stuff here and there. So just thank you for that first off. I really, really appreciate it. So with that out of the way, let's get to the layout update. Alright, first up, that section is scenic. I came in, I add this is the same blend I use for my ballast. It's coarse Woodland Sinks gray blend with some coarse gray added into it, just so you can actually see the gray. Because I noticed the gray blend straight out of the can just looks way too light. It almost looks looks very whitish. So I wanted to fix that. So I put some of that in there. I don't know if you can see it, but I sprinkled some grass on there, some fall foliage. None of this is glued down yet. I'm getting ready to start that, hopefully today or over this next week. But that's in. Got all along the side there. You can see next to the curb. So if we set our camera down here, you can see it's starting to look somewhat like an actual railroad. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's not the final layer of scenery, it's the base layer. One thing I've learned over reading a couple hundred mile railroaders and Molly magazines is you do scenery in layers. There's a first layer to cover up whatever your surface is, foam, plaster. And then there's a second where you put in bushes and stuff and you bring ground foam right up to your buildings. So, I mean, if you look at it, you can kind of see the gap where it rides up, but that'll be hidden. But yeah, I did that. I put some of the stuff we use, the blend, custom blend for the road shoulders around the big rocks, just to make it look a little more interesting. So I did that. I did this little section right here. I did all this gravel there over to the yard office. I still got a little bit of a strip to do right in there. And then that line is the outline of my library. So remember, the library goes there. I got a couple stories here. I'm going to have one more right here. And then this will all be parking lot, and it'll be the same gravel as right here. And then I got a wood craftsman kit with individual strips of siding, and it's going to go right here. But that's still a little ways off. So I just got that in, and then I also left some room right along the edge there to make like a really long loading dock. So what I'm planning on doing is that's the points on the turnout are right there. So I'm going to use the space from here to here as just the extra storage track or whatever, just place a spot of booze or a freight car while you're shifting. And then from about right there over, I'm thinking of trying to figure out a way to make a loading platform. I might get some styrene, make a concrete base, and put the whole thing on a base with a long loading platform. But I'll have to figure that out when I get around the building the kit. But so those two are in. All that, you can see I blended the ground foam into the gravel a little bit, and then I took a lumber load, which probably wasn't the best use for it, but I took that and I just tamped it down, so I think it looks pretty good. Let's see what else. Oh, next thing up, I did this in here, and then it stops right there. I believe I already showed you that yard lead. Another thing I did, I don't think I showed in the last video, but finished off this side of the track. I brought it down, stopped it right there, and then I pushed the ballast in the middle and on the inner side from this point all the way around the loop to that second crossing, and I left, places like here, and then right there, I left it out so I can go back and put the sensors for an our grade crossing pro in. And if you can hear a dinging sound, that's the first one incessantly beeping away. I gotta tweak that. And another thing we're gonna do today, hopefully, so you will hopefully see in the next update. So we're going to take my F units. I don't know if I can do this without tipping it over. Okay, you can't really see this very well, but we're going to take a silver Sharpie and run it right along the top here where the fan grills are. Maybe on the front. And then put a green band along the middle right there on the row where the portholes are. So that will be my official Hocking Valley livery, since these two will have the scheduled freight and the passengers. So, you want a pair of locomotives that look good when they're hauling the varnish and the priority freight. But, so I did that section. I also did this. And this is just 3 different types of ground foam. Just Woodland Sinks, green blend, some notch. What is it? Flock and Turf, Autumn Gold Tone, Zinc Express, which I like it. It's that, it's green blend, and then it's a fall blend. I don't know what the brand is, but it works pretty good. And that just 3 ground foam colors, so I think it came out nice. But anyways, like I said, that's the first layer. Next thing up, got a little bit further on my unloading pit. I cut out there, now I can see it. I cut out the groove right there. And I got a piece of floor that's going to go in here. It's going to be sloped. And then I'm building a tube, like a tube that comes over. And then I'll build another shaft that comes up, because my silos, unloading silos, are going to go right there. So, come over, come up. It'll be a square, so I'll do 2 sides, do it in halves, build a half, and then I'll spray them up. I bought a can of Rust-Oleum concrete gray. That'll look pretty nice. And then I'll just come backfill the gaps, put maybe a little bit of sculpt mold in there, get it all nice and filled, and then cover it up with ground foam, and that'll be the pit. And I'm going to tackle that wood craftsman kept freight house. So yeah, but that's what's up with that. So that's what's up with that. Next thing up, I cut the road all down there. I probably showed you this, and this is actually Silly Winks foam sheet. You can get it at Hobby Lobby, and I actually got this idea from Chad Weaver. So he used it on his layout update. I saw it and I thought, you know what, darn, that looks good, but without all the mess of pouring plaster or the Woodland Scenics road system, which I don't have anything against it. It's just, I mean, it gets the same thing. And after you weather it up, paint it and everything, which this is same stuff. This is painted and weathered. This isn't. But this is Mom's handiwork. She's really good at it. But I mean, after you get it painted and weathered up, it looks pretty good, honestly. So that's all that. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna pause this since I'm already at 2 minutes, and we'll move on to part 2.